Hi Virgo, welcome or welcome back to the channel. This is another Virgo channel and this is another Virgo reading. Let's get started with a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Thank you very much. I have missed you. For those of you who don't know, I have been sick. I drove from LA back to Broken Arrow / Tulsa to spend the holidays with my family. I drove while sick. I was sick for a week. I've been in a depression. I've been in a funk. I haven't been wanting to do anything. And when I'm miserable, I shut down. I go full hermit because I don't want to drag anybody into that with me. But I am feeling a little bit better because I've been expressing what's going on with me and I've been starting to talk and open up about some things that are bugging me. That has been helping. But I'm here now to do your yearly reading. So please hit that like button for me to circulate the video out to the other Virgos who need to hear this message. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet already. And let's find out what 2024 looks like for you, Virgo. Okay, so I'm going to use 2 tarot decks. The first tarot deck is Mystic Mondays, and what we're going to do is pull 1 card to see what the overall energy is for you for 2024. And then I'm going to use the Morgan Greer Tarot to break down each individual month, okay? So for Virgo, please, Spirit, come through. What's the overall energy for Virgo for 2024? The 7 of Cups. Ooh, and the Wheel of Fortune. They told me to take both of these cards because the 7 of Cups is not what you think it is what I'm hearing. The 7 of Cups, what I'm getting is that in the year of 2024, you're going to be shattering illusions, okay? Some of you, I'm getting that like fear has been holding you back, or the opinions of others, or even like negative thoughts that you have been holding you back, but you're breaking through that in 2024. You're recognizing that like the fear is just an illusion, that the thoughts of others don't really matter. Things like that, you're shattering these illusions and you're breaking through in 2024. That's wonderful. The 7 of Cups also represents like a lot of options. So for some of you, I'm getting that in 2024, you're going to have a lot of options. And I don't know exactly what that's about. Maybe I'll get more clarity on that as we move forward through the reading, but it could be more options when it comes to love, more dating options. It could be more options when it comes to work. Maybe you want to do other types of work. Maybe you're wanting a different job. Some of you, there could be options when it comes to where you live as well. I'm getting something about like maybe in the past you felt like you were put into this box, or you felt like you had to do what everybody else was doing or do what somebody else was saying, and now you're seeing in 2024 that like the sky is the limit, that you have unlimited options, you have unlimited potential. I really love 2024 energy for you already. With the 7 of Cups though, I do have to give you a warning message that there could be a lot of like red flags coming through in 2024 and a lot of like confusion, okay? But as long as you don't ignore the red flags, and as long as you don't put up with things that make you feel weird, as long as you listen to your intuition, you'll be fine. And if something is confusing, let it go. Because it'll either make sense to you later on, or you'll forget about it completely. Try not to focus on the confusion. If you're confused, let it go. It's probably not for you, or you'll get the clarity later on. And then we're seeing the Wheel of Fortune. And I love the Wheel of Fortune because this is destiny, this is fate, this is the wheel turning in your favor. And I'm getting something about like a whole new Virgo. A whole new Virgo in 2024. You're turning over a whole new leaf. It's almost like you're becoming a whole new person. But it's not a bad thing. It's not like fake. It's like a whole new version of you, and you're tapping into your full potential in 2024. The wheel is turning in your favor. The tables are turning in Virgo's favor. I love to see it. Expect a lot of fated events. I feel like some of you are going to have a lot of moments in 2024 where you're like, this is fate. This is destiny. I'm on the right path. I'm in alignment. Everything is working out for me. Oh, Virgo, I love this. I have to tell you that while I was shuffling these cards, I got this sense of peace. So some of you, there may have been some sort of chaos for you over the past couple of years, or maybe even your whole life. And I feel this shift in your energy in 2024 where it's just more lucid, and more calm and more peaceful. So for some of you, it feels like you're going from chaos to calm to peace. I'm also hearing from rags to riches. Some of you are going to strike it rich in 2024, or maybe not like tons of money, but it will feel like you're rich because you'll have some sort of financial freedom, if that makes sense. say you make like $20,000 a year, you're gonna go from that and struggling and trying to make ends meet to something more substantial that you can take care of yourself. Does that make sense? I don't know how to say it, but hopefully that makes sense. And for some of you, you really will be going from like rags to riches. This is your year. This is your year to shine. This is your year that your business takes off. This is your year that your brand takes off. This is the year that you become the star, the celebrity, something. You know what I mean? That's the type of energy that I'm seeing for you. You're not letting anything hold you back, and you're not settling. People have called you picky, but they're going to be eating their words when they see the success that you achieve in 2024, Virgo, period. Okay, I'm glad that we're doing this reading. I'm glad that we waited to do this reading. Oh, I also stopped smoking weed. It's been over 2 weeks, probably been 2.5 weeks now, and I feel good. I feel a lot more lucid. I feel a lot more like able to connect and be self-aware. Do I miss it sometimes? Sure, just because it's like, it was like a fun thing, and I like to laugh, and I like to just kind of escape sometimes, but I think that that was part of the issue, is that I wasn't like fully present in my reality. I was kind of like escaping and dreaming and ignoring things, but now I'm more present and aware and definitely able to connect to the cards so much better. So some of you may be doing that in 2024 as well. Like maybe you're gonna stop drinking, or maybe you're gonna stop smoking weed, maybe you're gonna stop tobacco, nicotine, maybe you're going to stop some sort of habit that's been holding you back in 2024, okay? Let's see what January looks like for Virgo. I just saw the star card. I didn't show it to you because I didn't think that it mattered, but Spirit was like, do you remember last year? So now they're telling me to plug last year's Virgo reading. So I'm gonna put it in the cards, and I'm gonna put it in the description box down for you below. Go back and watch last year's Virgo reading that I did for the year of 2023. I think I called it the year of the star. And I think that it was like preparation for this upcoming year, because I just saw the star card, but we didn't pull the star card last year. I remember that. But some of you, go back and listen to that and see what manifested for you throughout 2023. Okay, go back and listen to that if you feel called to it. But some of you, I was told to tell you that. So let's see, what does January look like for Virgo? We're just gonna do one card, and we're gonna go through all months. January 2024, the star. The star. Oh, sorry, let me cover that. YouTube does not like nudity. I'm so sorry. So sorry. The star. January. I'm hearing the inspiration is back in January. The light is back. There could be some sort of recovery that you're making in January. Maybe you've been feeling, maybe you've been sick, maybe you had some sort of injury, maybe you just haven't been feeling good, maybe you've been depressed. There's some sort of recovery in January. And I'm seeing like balance. I'm getting something about like mastering balance. Now you know that you need everything to make something. That's what I'm getting. It's a little esoteric, but I'm getting like, you need everything to make something, and you're the type of person who can turn nothing into something. So something about that is significant in January. You may hear a lot of like riddles and just like weird messages like that that you're going to decipher, or that are going to mean something to you throughout the month of January. Okay, red birds could be significant. You may be seeing a lot of cardinals this month as well in January, or cardinals could be significant for you for some reason. But I'm getting like your inspiration is back, your hope is back, your optimism is back, your faith is back. Something is back, and it's here to stay. And it doesn't feel like a person, it feels like a part of you. Okay, tell me about February. I'm also getting something about rivers or water running. On the bottom of this card, you see like the water that's running. And I'm getting something about like the water is running again. So maybe some of you, your water is running again, or the water is working again. I don't know what that means. Some of you may have clean water again. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that, but something about like the waters are going, or the waters are running. And I'm also getting something about like all of the water that you've released from your body is leading to your healing. So some of you may have been crying, is kind of what I'm getting. Like the river of tears is actually cleansing you and healing you, and you're going to feel that sense of like calm, peace, recovery in January. Okay. Tell me about February. There may also be a lot of eyes and attention on you in January, so it would be a good month for you to like put something out, or to release something, if that makes sense, if that resonates. Okay. We're seeing the Ten of Wands in February. The Ten of Wands talks about like carrying burdens. So in February, I feel like you're done putting up with something, or you're done putting up with somebody. Ten of Wands is telling me that like you're at the end of a tough cycle when it comes to February. And I really am getting this message of like not putting up with something. You're done putting up with someone or done putting up with something in the month of February. And then it's going to lead to like a new passion, because after the Ten of Wands comes the Ace of Wands, and Ace of Wands talks about like a new passion project, a new passionate beginning, more creativity, things like that. So whatever's ending in February, it's setting you up for something new that's going to fulfill you in a different way. I feel like you're coming to the end of the road with something in February. You're coming to the end of something in February. And it really feels like you're just not putting up with something anymore. Maybe you're not putting up with the fear that we talked about. Maybe you're not putting up with the negativity coming from certain people anymore. Maybe you're just not putting up with something anymore. Like maybe that job is, you're done with it. Maybe that group of friends, you're done with them. Maybe that family member, you're done feeding into whatever they're telling you. You know what I mean? That's the type of energy that I'm getting for February. You're just done putting up with something. It doesn't feel like you're snapping. It doesn't feel like there's like pressure building up and you're reaching like this anger point. It feels just like you've made peace with something and you're like, I'm not putting up with this, point blank, period. Nothing's going to change my mind. I'm not putting up with this. I'm not putting up with the words that you're using. I'm not putting up with the way that you're treating me. I'm not putting up with your lack of communication. I'm not putting up with you not showing up. I'm not putting up with you not reciprocating. Like that's the type of energy for February. And I love it. It's so admirable. And it's really leading to your confidence. It may make you a little bit more lonely, but like, whatever. I feel like it's better to be alone than to be in bad company. You know what I mean? Let's see what else is coming out for you for March for Virgo. The Four of Swords. March is going to be a really good month for you to just like rest and recharge and relax, okay? I do have to say this when I see the Four of Swords, and it's not going to be for everybody, and I'm not trying to scare you, but it does feel like there could be a funeral. You may be attending the funeral of somebody, or even a pet. There could be like a funeral or a death of a pet in the month of March, okay? I'm sending you my condolences already, but it's just a part of life. It's just something that I'm seeing. The Four of Swords is like laying something to rest. But it doesn't have to be a person, and it doesn't have to be a funeral. I just have to say that because there was a message I was getting, and Spirit wanted me to relay that to you. It really could be in February, you're done putting up with something, and then in March, you're really laying that to rest. Because it almost feels like whatever you're done putting up with doesn't really believe that you're done putting up with it. So they still try to like talk to you, or it still tries to linger in your energy. And then in March, you're just like, do not disturb me. This is really giving do not disturb energy. It feels like in the month of March, you're just turning on your phone on do not disturb. You're turning your energy to do not disturb, like do not disturb my peace, period. I said I'm done with you. I said I'm not putting up with this. I'm choosing myself. I'm setting these boundaries. You can either respect it or you can get to stepping. Virgo, your energy is immaculate in the year of 2024. Like already I can just feel this shift that's happening within you. You're just not putting up with things, and you're not dealing with the people, places, and things that don't reciprocate your energy. It's amazing. It really is. But March is going to be a really good month for you to just like relax, to chill, to recharge. I feel like also in March you're going to have a lot of downtime, a lot of free time to explore, to go on an adventure, maybe do some writing, some reading, things like that. So if in March things do slow down for you and you're not seeing any progress, don't worry. It's a month for you to just rest and recharge, relax, observe, analyze, that type of a thing. And for some of you, you're going to be done putting up with something in February. They're not going to believe you, or that energy of whatever you're not putting up with anymore isn't going to believe you. And in March, you're going to really stand on business and be like, I said what I said. I meant it. Do not disturb my peace. Do not disturb me. Love it. Tell me about April for Virgo. Justice. Wonderful. In April, you receive your justice. I feel like I don't need to say much about that because you'll know what that's about in April. The scales are being balanced for you in April, And then I'm being told to like re-show you the Wheel of Fortune. So the tables really are turning for you in 2024. And this Justice energy is powerful. It's like so powerful that there aren't even words to articulate it, because you don't even need words to understand this energy. The Justice card just is justice. It is fair, equality, balance. And I just got a notification. My mom is asking me for coffee. If I want something from coffee, but I am not going to respond to her because I'm doing your reading. But I guess that could be significant for some of you. Maybe your mom just reached out to you, or somebody's asking you out for coffee, or if you want something from a coffee place. But back to your reading, April is when you get your justice. April is really when like the shift happens and you can see it. And I think it's because you've been preparing and leading up to this point of just being like, I'm done. These are my boundaries. I'm not letting anything disturb my peace. I'm stepping back. I'm letting the universe take over. And that's when the justice comes in. I'm hearing your guides, your angels, your ancestors are very proud of you. Like, so proud of you. And I'm getting that for some of you, you are like the black sheep of the family, or you're like the ancestors' favorite. They chose you to heal the bloodline, because some of you have some really messed up bloodlines. I relate to that. I'm not judging you, by the way. I just feel like some of you have like some bloodlines that really did not do you any justice. And you've still stayed true to who you are. You've still stayed true to your beliefs, to your goals, to your dreams, to your ancestors, to your guides. And they're going to be giving you justice. You're going to receive justice in 2024. Also, it looks like for some of you, if you are dealing with something from the legal system, that April is when there's going to be the outcome. And it looks like in April, things will go in your favor, or you're going to receive the outcome that you want in April. Okay. Let's see what's going on in May for Virgo. The Wheel of Fortune. Virgo, the story just writes itself. Really. You're seeing the Wheel of Fortune twice, so the wheel really is turning in your favor. And I was talking about how the justice is coming in for you in April, which starts to turn the wheels, and then we're getting the wheel turning for you in May. Wonderful. There's a lot to celebrate in May, it looks like, too. May is going to be a really good time for you to celebrate. It also looks like there's somebody being thrown off the wheel. So some of you may be like taking over for someone or taking over something in the month of May. It feels like somebody's being knocked off of their spot because they don't rightfully deserve it, because it was never meant for them, because it's for you. Because you'll know what to do, because you'll know how to handle it, something like that. And I'm getting something about like family as well. There may be like one person in your family who like is in charge of all of the money, or who seems to get all of the money, or seems to get all of like the rewards, the accolades, the success. And something about that is changing in 2024 because it was always meant to be your success. Something about that family member is actually like very sneaky or shady, and you probably know that, and it's coming to light in April or May. And then you're going to be given the top spot, the throne, the crown, etc. There's a lot to celebrate in May. That's definitely when the wheels are turning, and you're going to feel the shift for sure, April and May. All right, tell me about June, the Knight of Swords. I'm hearing you're on the move in June. So some of you may be like moving actually in June. You may be relocating in June, or you could just be traveling. June would be a really good month for you to like travel outside of the city, outside of the state, outside of the country, whatever you feel called to, whatever resonates for you. Some of you may already have a trip planned for this upcoming June in 2024, and this is confirmation that you will be going on that trip. Okay. It also looks like with the Knight of Swords and the blood on the sword, there may be some sort of battle or fight that comes up in the month of June, but nothing you can't handle. This is just a knight. It's not a king, it's not the emperor, it's not something that is really going to affect you. It feels like it's just verbal, if I'm being honest. It feels like people may just be like throwing words at you or talking shit about you, gossiping about you. That's what I'm getting from the Knight of Swords. It's a Gemini energy, and I'm hearing like backstabbing or two-faced, so be mindful of that in June. There may be somebody around you who's two-faced, or who may be backstabbing you or somebody around you, and that's going to come to light in June. Okay, but the overall energy I was getting for June is that you're on the move. Sorry, we got stopped for a second, but I'm back. Some of you, I'm getting that you're going to be on the move. That was like the main message I was getting for June. You're on the move. Moving on, moving up, moving in general. going on a trip, traveling. That's the type of energy that I'm seeing for you in the month of June. And I had something to say about the people who are like talking about you or saying things to you. Just know that they are only words and they can't affect you unless you allow them to affect you. The words that people are going to be using against you or saying to you are coming from a place of hurt, and they're coming from a place of lack. And it's not true. Whatever they're saying to you or saying about you is not true. So I wouldn't worry about it if I were you, okay? Let's move on to July. Tell me about July. I am also getting this message in June that you may like hire an assistant, or you may like make a new friend, or there may be somebody new who comes into your energy. Be wary of them, just because I feel like they're trying to use you to get ahead, or they're trying to like infiltrate to take your position or to tear you down. Just be wary of some new people who may come in June, or somebody new who you may be hiring, because I don't feel like they have your best interest. I feel like they're really trying to like tear something down or trying to make you look bad, something like that. So just watch out for that in June, okay? Tell me about July for Virgo. The Three of Wands. You may be going on like a summer trip, or you may just be like gone for a couple of months, because I feel like you're also traveling in July. So you may have like a tour coming up in June or July. Maybe you're like an author or a musician or somebody with an online presence. You may go on tour in June or July. If you're wondering like what would be the best times for you to go on tour, I feel like June and July. That's when you're on the move. That's when you're going to meet the most people. That's when you're going to experience the most like adventure, is kind of what I'm seeing. The Three of Wands also talks about like manifestations coming in. It talks about like your ships coming to the shore, and there's 3 wands here. So I feel like there's going to be like a lot of options for you in July. It's like, do I go to this state? Do I go to this country? Do I go to this city? Do I hang out with these people? Do I do this? Do I do that? Do I release this? Like, that's the type of energy that I'm seeing for July. But a lot of like manifestations happening for you in July. It's a really good month for you to get what you want, is what I'm hearing. Okay. And I'm just getting more of like traveling energy. So June and July, it feels like you're going to be on the road or in planes, traveling. Moving. Maybe you're moving. June and July. Maybe that's when you're looking to move or relocate. All right. Let's talk about August. August for Virgos. Your birth month for some of you. Ooh, 10 of Pentacles. Nice. Some of you could be starting a family in August, or you may be entering a committed relationship in August. And for some of you who are in a committed relationship, everything looks good this year, except for June, if I'm being honest with you. In June, there may be somebody who tries to like come in and stir the pot and create some drama in your relationship, but it doesn't look like it really affects anything. I feel like it makes the two of you stronger, if anything, if you're already in a committed relationship, or if you enter a committed relationship in 2024. Okay, and then for some of you, it looks like in August, there could be a committed relationship, or you could be like adding on to the family. There could be a new family member. So some of you may be having a child, or somebody around you could be having a child in August. It also looks like August is a good month for like moving in together with somebody, an engagement, a marriage, buying a home, something like that. For some of you, I do see you getting into a committed relationship in August. For others of you, or even for some of you who are getting into a committed relationship as well, or who have a committed relationship, it looks like August is really good for your finances, like really good for money with the 10 of Pentacles. This is like an inheritance. So some of you may be receiving an inheritance in August, or maybe you're just making a lot of money in August. It's like a lot of money in August, okay? I'm also getting something about a book in August, or like an album, a collection of work. Maybe you're releasing some in August, or you're working on it in August. I feel like for some of you who are like musicians or authors, tour would be great for you June and July, and then you want to release whatever you've been working on in August, because you're like building up all of this momentum, and then you're going to be able to release the work of art and people are going to love it. It's going to make you a lot of money. There's going to be a lot of sales, a lot of eyes on it, etc. It's going to do very well. And for some of you, I feel like it's going to leave a legacy. Like, no joke, with the Ten of Pentacles, maybe you're like releasing a book in August and it's your best piece of work. It's going to be the piece of work that people remember you the most for. Or maybe you're releasing an album and people really love it. It's going to be like your legacy. People always go back and listen to that album. They always go back and listen to a certain song from the album because of how much it spoke to them or something like that. That's the kind of energy that I'm seeing for August. Okay, let's talk about September. Even more of you have birthdays in September. My birthday's in September. September 8th, Virgo. That's me. Tell me about September for Virgo. The sun. Absolutely, the sun's going to be on you in September. All right, we're back with the sun card for September. There's been a lot of distractions in your reading, so expect a lot of distractions or attempts at distracting you throughout the year of 2024. It feels like people just want to distract you to create some sort of illusion or to create some sort of confusion, but you're smarter than it. I'm hearing don't let it frustrate you, don't let it annoy you, don't let it set you back. That's all that it's trying to do. That's all these distractions are trying to do. To confuse you and to set you back. Don't let it. All right, September though, we're seeing the sun, a lot of happiness, a lot of joy. People do say that the sun is the best card in the tarot. I personally think the Ten of Pentacles is the best card in the tarot, but I would say that the sun is a close runner-up. So August and September look like amazing months for you according to the tarot cards. You're getting the best cards that you can pull from the deck in August and September during your season. So your season's going to be lit, Virgo. It's going to be really good for you. A lot of happiness, a lot of money, a lot of connection, a lot of attention. If you're releasing music or a book or art or content or putting some sort of work out, it's going to be received very well. It's going to make you a lot of money, get a lot of eyes on you, etc. But September, the sun is going to be around you. And I'm getting something about personality. Your personality is going to really shine in September. I feel like September is a good month for you to get out, to be social, to go new places, to meet with people, to connect with the world, to connect with Earth. It's going to be a really good month for you to really shine, is what I'm getting. Your personality is going to shine through in everything that you do in the month of September. But the sun is going to be on you, so there's going to be a lot of warmth and positivity and joy and happiness for you in the month of September. I love to see that. Okay. Let's move on to October. What does October look like for the Virgos? Temperance. I'm getting something about downtime again. It feels like in October you're going to have some more downtime because I feel like you're really on the move from June to September. It almost feels like June through September you don't really have a lot of downtime. It feels like you're very busy, you're doing a lot, you're going a lot of places, you're connecting with a lot of people, you're just on the move from June through September. So I feel like in October, you're going to get a chance to really just like chill out and relax and find your balance again. And I'm hearing like balance. It's important that you're not always go, go, go. Everything needs balance. And then back to January, we were talking about like turning everything into something and also turning nothing into something. That's coming back around in October. So something about January is going to come back around in October. There might be another Mercury retrograde in October of 2024, and something about this current Mercury retrograde that we're in right now while I'm filming this, something about that's going to be coming back around for you in October of 2024. Okay. I'm hearing mark your calendar for October 24th. Something about that date is going to be very significant. Or October 14th, possibly both. Okay. Something about October 14th and October 24th. That time frame is going to be significant. Okay. But the Temperance card is amazing for balance, for peace, for just chilling and relaxing and getting some downtime finally after the busy summer that it looks like you're having. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, the summer that you're having. All right, talk about November, please, Spirit. The Queen of Rods. November's a very magical month for you. I feel like you're going to be tapping more into like the mystical world, the magic world. I'm also getting that November could be significant for you for getting a cat, or cats are going to be significant for you in the month of November for some reason. I'm not getting much off of this card, but the Queen of Rods is an Aries energy, So there could be an Aries that's significant to you in the month of November, or Aries energy could be significant in November. And when I get Aries energy, I think think later. Just go and worry about the consequences later, which I feel like a lot of Virgos could really benefit from, because Virgo is the type of energy to overthink and to be very practical and analytical and logical. And there's something about November where you're being asked to throw that out the window, to not think too much, to just do it. I'm getting the Nike campaign, the Nike slogan, just do it. Some of you may be working with Nike, or something about Nike could be significant in November. Maybe the goddess Nike is going to be significant in November. Okay. But Aries energy is going to be significant for you in November, which is telling me to tell you to just do it, to just act, to just go, to just listen to that impulse, to just take that leap of faith, to not think too much about whatever you're doing or wherever you're going in November, to just be confident. Okay, sunflowers could also be significant. And then last, but certainly not least, let's see what December 2024 looks like for Virgo. The Tower. I really did hear it's going to be your worst month of the year. Unfortunately, that's what I heard before the card fell out, and then I saw the Tower, so there we go. But the Tower's not always a bad thing. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. It just means that it's time to shake things up. It's time to move on. So I feel like something about all of 2024 is really going to come to an end for you in December, and you're just going to be like, okay, this is what I did, this is what I accomplished, this is what happened, let's move on to 2025, and you're just going to leave the whole year behind. But it feels like you're having an amazing year, like really, one of the best years of your life. So that makes sense that the last year of the month might be the worst for you, because we need to have balance, right? And it's not to scare you, because you can overcome everything and anything. And with all the work that you're accomplishing and going through and working through this year, I feel like although it's the worst month of your year, it's really not that bad, if that makes sense. But the Tower does talk about like changes, sudden epiphanies, sudden changes, things just kind of like happening all of a sudden. But the Tower only comes through when something does not need to continue, when something needs to be over, or when something needs to change. That's when the Tower comes through. So don't be afraid. I really feel like when I'm saying the worst month of your year, it really could just be like some sort of like mental thing. Like maybe some of you suffer with seasonal depression. I know I do, so it looks like that will happen again next year. But it feels like every year that you go through this seasonal depression cycle, the easier it gets, or the more you're able to cope with it, because you're consciously aware of what's going on. You're like, okay, it's December, I get sad, depressed every single December. What are my coping mechanisms? How can I handle this? How can I deal with this? How can I not give up on myself? Because I know that this is going to happen. I know that this happens every year, and I know that I come out of it every year. I know that there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. That's the type of energy that I'm seeing. So that's where we're leaving the energy. That's where we're leaving the message. Such a weird way to leave the message, but that's what I've got for you, Virgo. So hopefully this message helped you. Sending you love always. Take care of yourself. Stay hydrated. Enjoy your 2024. And I will see you next time. Bye.